All right, the Sort of Sports podcast presents The Big Salad.
If it was a regular salad, I wouldn't have said anything. But you had to have that big salad!
Hosted by the one and only Quinn Maseko.
Thank you, George, and thank you, Ryan. In today's podcast, the Golden State Warriors scuffle. Wildcard weekend is now in the past, and the AFC East and NFC East get big wins. We'll begin today with what happened on Monday Night Football. At the end of the game, Raiders receiver Davante Adams was visibly frustrated with what happened in the end. So this will be a two-parter, one that I did not include Andre on the question. He has now been charged with a misdemeanor assault in Kansas City's jurisdiction. So, should there be an NFL punishment for Davante Adams with this revelation?
To me, definitely yes, because you think about Marshawn Lattimore and Chris Godwin getting into it, and they're both suspended. A guy who actually, attacked somebody who's not even a part of the game, outside of the game, he's just some guy getting his workers' comp for this. Which, good for him. At least he's getting that, right?
Right.
So,
nothing, but yes.
Hey, I'd like to hope he's getting some good fat workers' comp from this.
Yeah.
At least my thing is, I saw Davante tweeted about it. To me, I think it would go a long way for Davante Adams right now to take him out to lunch. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We didn't hear anything about this, from Davante. He didn't say a word, and then
Right.
today he tweeted out a picture, and it was them at lunch. He took the guy out, apologized formally. They just took a picture together at the lunch. I know it kind of seems a little politician, but to me that means a lot more than him tweeting out, "Hey, yo, sorry, did my mama raised me better than that,"
I know
that
what you
type of
mean.
thing.
Yes.
I think it's literally what he said is my mom raised me better than that, or something like that, or regardless.
Well,
He's he's I lost my cool, I'm sorry. To me, it would have went along a lot farther to make an actual, I don't know. I guess a part of me is that kind of seems fake, but the other thing to me is that's a lot better than just randomly tweeting it out. Right. So that's my thing. But down to your actual question about the punishment, yeah, he should be suspended for a couple games.
I think,
because the fines don't work because the guys don't care about the fines.
No.
Suspensions they care about because they care about playing.
On the fines. I think what my thing would be is I don't see the guy. Okay, the photographer immediately after it happened called the police. Okay, I don't see him wanting to have a makeup lunch with Davante Adams.
Well, then there's that.
So, and he's been charged criminally, like you said, like I stated in the original question. I definitely see him getting suspended. I think at least for a game.
Yeah.
At least for a game.
Now, if they suspend him more than they suspended Deshaun Watson, then we need to relook the entire NFL.
Well, I don't think that's happening, but I think
I know what I'm saying. Deshaun still wasn't suspended enough.
A maximum of 2.
Deshaun was not suspended enough. I stand by.
Two,
I stand by.
he
Deshaun should be playing
get
football.
one. Should definitely be getting one.
Deshaun Watson shouldn't be playing football.
Yes, this season at least. And so, it's a travesty because here's the second part of this question after that happened, and obviously his frustration came from this is, was it the right choice? Obviously, you're going to know what my answer is, so you can tell by the tone of this question. Was it the right choice for Josh McDaniels to go for 2 instead of kick the extra point for the tie?
I think you go for 2 because it's Mahomes. In overtime, I think Mahomes has only lost 1 game, and it's to Brady in that AFC Championship. I can't remember another time. I watch almost every Chiefs game, I'm saying. Yeah. I don't think, and if I don't watch it, I keep up very heavily. I don't think he's ever lost an overtime game other than that. And I could be wrong. But I'm saying, honestly, if I'm Josh Daniels going to go for 2, I know you're going to be like, oh, well, you go for the tie. If you're going up against Mahomes, you're losing that. You're losing that game. You just need to take the risk. So I'm with the going for 2. You looking at Mahomes in overtime? I'll look it up. I got a better connection on the computer. You just start going.
You get the Ethernet.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to counter and say you should be taking the extra point because, okay, think about the difference, though. All right? You're not down. Worst case scenario, you're going to overtime if they don't score. Okay? So, now you're down, and you definitely have to go kick a field goal. All right? You wouldn't have been in that position because the defense held up against Mahomes on their last drive. So, I'm going to say that I don't know why you would go for 2. I guess that's my thing. I wouldn't go for 2 unless
I can't find just a record of games that went to OT. When they played the Colts a couple weeks ago, did that go in overtime?
No.
Okay.
Colts finished that off.
I genuinely don't think that Mahomes has ever lost an overtime game other than the one against Brady, because that one went to overtime.
Probably have to go to every season.
Here, I can do it the last couple seasons. You just start talking.
So, you're going to kick the extra point because you're down, okay? Why would you want to be down still if you're risking to staying down instead of preserving at least a chance to tie or take it to overtime? And plus, the Raiders jumped up to a 17-0 lead to start this game. Let's remember the defense was holding them up. So, they actually played them decently well.
Here's NFL overtime records. Can I find one just for the team? That's all I want. I'm on sportsdelve.com. Never found this in my life.
Okay, this is posted in 2011, though, so who knows how...
Crap.
That's probably not even...
Well, if I go to Pro Football Reference and I go to Game Finder, I should be able to do something now.
However you do, yeah.
Make some damage.
But I think Josh McDaniels, this is, again, reason why he's lost, I believe, 21 of the last 27 games he's been a head coach in, and that might be why, because he made this bonehead decision. So that's all I'm going to say, and that's how I'm going to be, and I'm going to be a little cynical about it, because it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. So Mahomes is 4-2 in overtime.
All right. What's the second loss?
Lost to the Bengals!
That went to overtime?
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, so that's how that went, sadly.
Well, still, that's majority.
Because I was rooting for the Chiefs that year.
I don't know why you did that to me.
What, root against the Bengals?
You should have just voted with me. I mean, if I ever root against the Chiefs, I better have a darn good reason.
Yeah, Money McPherson, that's it. That's all you have.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't do anything else, so. All right, enough about the Raiders and the Chiefs. All right, on Sunday... this past weekend, Tom Brady got a very favorable roughing the passer call, and it allowed the Buccaneers to continue their drive late in the game to seal the deal against the Falcons. So, Ryan, did the Falcons get hosed this weekend?
I'm gonna say, I think yes, right? I feel like it's one of those where part of it's because it's Brady. He's been around a while. He knows a lot of these guys. I mean, naturally, that's going to go on, where it's going to be and the thing is,
you've seen the play, haven't you?
Yeah, the roughing the passer play. So, I didn't look at it excruciatingly.
Right.
I just gave a glance. It does seem like if it was a different... If that's Daniel Jones, that's Danny Dimes, probably not the call. But, there's a lot of things that go on in the NFL game where you can, Wait, well, I don't know about that one. And because it's at the end of the game, it's getting a lot of attention. I mean, there's probably other things we could look at, too.
Right.
So that's always my thought process.
Right.
Everybody always wants to look at the last call, but what about the first 10 before that?
Right.
Which might have been in the Buccaneers' favor even more. Or they might have been... To me, the big game, the ref game to me was that Raiders-Chiefs game. That was bad, too. When it was the roughing the passer.
Yes, on the fumble.
That was awful. It was all awful.
Yes.
And some of the pass interference calls I felt like were a little soft. It was bad. So the refs this weekend were rough. I know you're a referee, but it was bad.
Yeah,
dude.
well, not for football. But
yeah, it was bad.
I think the Falcons got hosed on that because if you look at the replay, it's not like it was an egregious...
I am pretty worried about Brady and his divorce, though, I will say.
Okay, you can be worried about that.
I feel bad for the guy.
Well, it might get called off by the season's over. I think it was a ridiculous call. I mean, the quarterback... Let's think about this. If we go old school, obviously, Steel curtain, 70s, NFL. The rules allow for the defense to do a lot more and be a lot rougher. And today, it's all the favorability goes to the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers. So basically, it's harder to be a defensive player than it is to be an offensive player.
Yeah, we don't want guys getting hurt, but at the same point, you still want...
You have to have a balance, and you should not... I mean, this is just ridiculous. There's no way that should have happened. I mean, same thing on Monday night. The Derek Carr roughing the passer call should have never happened at all. So, it's ridiculous. And while we're talking right now, the Padres and Dodgers are tied 3-3 here in the second game. But I think it's upsetting for the Falcons because they actually could be 3-2 right now instead of 2-3.
I agree.
And that changes that division a little bit, actually. So, but... All right, let's get it.
I know I'm missing this Padres-Dodgers game.
You are, yes.
I'm pretty upset. I will say, I don't.
You should get. Well, you probably couldn't get an antenna signal down here, could you?
No, not in the basement.
Yeah.
No, I thought about it though. I thought about trying to. I have an antenna. I could just hook it up and then see if it works. Not right now though. Probably not right now. We kind of got to get moving. We enjoy
yeah,
our Greece stuff.
I know. I guess we're talking about this in the future. I wasn't saying it.
Yeah. I was like, you want to run upstairs right now?
Yeah.
No. And I will say,
next
just
week
for all
there's
the
gonna be
listeners,
baseball
because they
on.
listen to my MLB predictions pod.
I did as well.
I did take the Mets to win it, but I am completely
I know. What
fine
did you
and
do there?
happy with the Padres doing well. Well, the Mets were built to
I
win this year.
know.
This was like their year.
I hear you.
And so it's like I had to take the shot on
I was
them.
laughing,
But I'm
I listened to
happy.
that after they lost already, and I thought, oh, Ryan, you already blew your
it's fine.
bracket.
Yeah, well, my
Who was your
AL
AL?
looks great.
Who was your AL?
My AL winner was the Guards. It was Guardians and Mariners beating the Yankees and the Stros in the divisional, and then the Mariners losing to the Guards.
Yeah.
Which is still very possible.
Which is very possible.
I mean, the Guardians playing the Yankees is two opposite teams going at it.
Yes,
you got
and
all the money in
Yankees
the
won
world
last
trying to
night.
win
I
against
did watch that.
nothing.
Why are they off tonight? That just makes no sense.
Tonight's supposed to be the NL night. Tomorrow's the AL night. It goes all back and forth.
So you're telling me that...
Sunday night's a big night.
I know, but you're telling me that the Cardinals game, they're not playing...
Not Cardinals.
I'm
Phillies.
sorry. Phillies game, excuse me.
That was disappointing for me too.
Phillies game. I
My
picked
NL
the
was
Phillies.
whooped.
I picked the Phillies to have better momentum.
They do.
The last one.
I thought that Cardinals team had some juice in them though.
But the Phillies game, they're not going to play back-to-back tomorrow night?
They were supposed to, but it was delayed because of rain in Atlanta. Hurricane, dude.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying that tomorrow night they're not going to play back-to-back.
Well, I can check.
They're playing tonight, game 1. They're not going to play game 2 tomorrow. So this is what I don't like. It should be, you play back-to-back, folks. That's how it works. Then you get your off day. It should be 2-3-2. That's how it should be.
Braves
Old
game
school.
delay. Start at 7:30. Game 2 delayed. Still set for Wednesday.
Okay.
There you go.
So set for Wednesday. All right.
So there you go. Yep.
So that'd be why. Okay.
No, it's not set for Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. It's gonna be for tomorrow. You and I thought today was Tuesday.
No. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, they're not playing though now. So I don't know what's going on. They must be playing Thursday.
Pretty sure they're playing tonight.
I didn't see them on the TV. Braves
I know.
next game. Here we go. Here's the next Braves game.
It didn't rain tonight. It's not raining.
It said they were delayed. Friday, they're off. There you
They're
go.
off.
They're gonna
Well,
play
they were
Friday.
supposed to be on TV last night, so that'd be why.
No, you're supposed to be.
They're supposed to be on TV tonight, and
Yeah.
it's not on.
There you go.
So, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, that should be game 2 then. Today was supposed to be game 2, so that should be game 2 on Friday, correct? Right?
Yes.
Because it's delayed. Okay, internet's behind too. Anyway, away from that. All right, this past weekend as well. Dominating wins here by the AFC East. All right, the Patriots manhandled the Lions like I predicted, 29-0.
Didn't enjoy that.
I know. The Bills smashed my Steelers 38-3, which I expected
I didn't enjoy
as
that
well.
either, though. I'm not a Bills guy.
And then the Jets destroyed the quarterbackless Dolphins 40-17.
Yeah,
while
which
the
I expected.
NFC East got big wins where the Giants won across the pond, beat the Packers, which was a very
That was
good
awesome.
game. I watched
Awesome.
the end of that game that morning after church. And then the Cowboys got a big win over the Rams, and the Eagles took home a thrilling win from Arizona. So, Ryan, which division had a better showing on Sunday after last week you trashed NFC East? What are you going to say?
I didn't trash them.
Kind of did, but okay.
I didn't trash them. Also, on top of that, I want to say the Padres thing. I would be super excited if the Padres win the World Series because I placed a bet on them back in July. So, if that
Okay.
cashes.
And you, with money? This is cash
$100
money?
on them. Put $100 on Padres.
Okay, and if they win the...
If they win the
what are
World Series.
What were the odds when you put it
I
down?
think it goes plus 2,400.
So that's 24-1.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you get $2,400.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Sports betting's
it
not
was
even
right
legal in
before
Ohio.
Soto. Yeah, I was in Tennessee. It was right before Soto was traded.
There you go.
I did it on purpose because I knew it was going to drop, and it went down to 1,800 after.
Well, they got to get this game in L. They got to take this game in LA. They
They
gotta
have
steal it.
to.
have
They
to
cannot
steal it.
go down.
And Darvish is pitching now. He's given up 3 runs already. That's a little
It's
concerning.
not like him.
Yes, it's very not like
It's
him.
not like him. All right. So, honestly, to be perfectly honest, I thought the NFC East had the best showing. The Eagles, I still need to see them play a legit team. So they play the Cowboys this weekend. And I'm here to say the Cowboys are
But
pretty...
you're playing reverse. They're both playing a legit team, obviously, as they're playing themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And the Cowboys, that defense is legit. Micah Parsons is a beast. I'm not huge on Trayvon Diggs. Still think he's not the best in man coverage, but he's improving. And then Micah Parsons is a monster, though. And then offensively, I don't even know why they even let Zeke take snaps anymore. It should be Pollard. Pollard had that huge run.
Agreed.
He was great. And then I actually went out to a sports bar this weekend with a lunch with my friends, so I got to watch all the games at once. So that was sweet. No, it was in Delaware. We went to...
Oh, you went to the usual. That place. 1808?
Yes. Not 1808. That's not in Delaware. That's not the usual. It's the scoreboard in Delaware.
Scoreboard.
Never been to 1808 in my life.
You've been 1836, I believe, though.
Nope, never been there either.
Oh, you're missing
Told
out
you.
on that one.
So I'll go there eventually. We also just lost our internet connection, so we can make sure.
Yes, we did, because it says use cellular data. So I'm using
Yeah,
cellular
because it's
data.
storming out, so we gotta really make sure we know what we're talking about,
We're
because
still
we can't
recording,
check
aren't
anything
we?
up. Yeah, we're fine to record. It's just gonna be.
Well, I might have to run upstairs and make sure this loads, I guess, if it happens.
Well, if we have to postpone Quinn's question, we can just do a double episode next time.
Well, that's not that. I was trying to go on ESPN.
Gotcha. We'll have to see what goes on. All right, so back to this.
Anyway.
NFC East. Both those teams are legit. Eagles, Cowboys. I'm excited to see what we pick when we do the picks. But I thought they had the better showing. Now, the Ravens won this week, right?
Barely.
Yes. I watched that game. I remember it. That was a big game.
Shouldn't have.
Why?
Another one.
It was exciting.
I know we're getting off topic right here. No, the Bengals should have won. Again, another dumb kicking move.
You didn't like my tweet? You didn't like my tweet?
You're on the 2. I probably read it, but I
said the Ravens are actually kicking the... I feel like the Ravens looked incredible against them.
Okay, yes, I did see you say they're eating up yards, so they didn't score enough points. But here's the deal. The Bengals, again, just like the Raiders, they were on the 2, 4th down, all right? They should have just took the 3, okay? They just took the 3 instead of turning it over on downs. You know that Justin Tucker can make a field goal.
That's what's funny is that's the Ravens' ace in the hole, is if they're anywhere inside the 40, they can win the game.
At the 40.
No, I'm saying 40 in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, once you hit the 40-yard line, sometimes 45.
45. It depends on where you're at.
It's just boom, like that's points.
Yep.
That's it. And so if Lamar has one, if you start at the 25 and Lamar has a 30-yard run, automatically you're pretty much getting 3 points.
Yep.
And Lamar having a random 30-yard run isn't really crazy.
Yeah, because
you just get a big, they all go on vertical routes. He reads it. No one's open. He runs right through the middle. Boom. Like, that's it. That's why, even though they don't have the best receivers, like Mark Andrews is incredible and everybody else is just kind of, they're still, to me, they're a team that I think could be, I think they could win the AFC.
So we got to see consistency.
They're inconsistent.
Now, I don't know how we
If the Ravens got hot at the end of the year, I could see them being in the Super Bowl. I'm going to say that.
I don't know how we got from the AFC East and NFC East.
Well, the AFC East was also we talked about, so I was doing both. But the NFC East impressed me the most. I like what the Giants got going on. I don't think they're like legit contenders or anything, but I think they're a very competitive team.
I think they can make the playoffs. I think they can make the
playoffs too.
I think they can.
I think there's a chance that 3 NFC East teams make the playoffs. I don't think it's out.
I'm not putting my basket in yet. I'm not putting all the eggs in the basket yet. But it's
neither am I. But I'm saying it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
To me, the first one to fall off would be the Cowboys. Eventually, the Cooper Rush goes in.
Worst case sscenario this weekend, if the Cowboys win, the top 2 teams are 5-1.
And that's still pretty freaking good.
That's pretty good. That's a third of the way.
And the Giants are what, 4-2?
They're 4-1. They only lost to the Cowboys.
So they would be 5-1 if they win this weekend too.
Yes, whoever they play. I
Probably
do not know who they play.
Yeah, so the Giants, I think this is an interesting NFL season because a lot of the teams are about in the same range, so we're going to have a fun playoffs.
Yes,
we're getting a weird Super Bowl this year, and I'm excited.
A lot of parity.
It's going to be a weird Super Bowl. Like, it'll be like
Bills are in.
Bills.
Not
Bills. That's not weird enough. It's Ravens is pretty freaking weird. That color scheme does not match. The dark purple versus the dark green. Oh, it's bad.
Yes.
Philly versus both. Oh.
There you go. I am going to take the NFC East as well because I boasted them up last week. They were the best division currently, as I wrote the question last week. Currently, well, guess what? If I throw that adjective in there again, guess what? They're still the best division currently. I mean, they got 3 teams that are 4-1 or better. I mean, no other division has that. Yeah. So you can't argue against it. To say it that way, they had a better showing. I mean, come on. Nobody expected Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll to go across the pond and beat Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it just shows how diminished Aaron Rodgers' power is right there on the Packers.
Very true.
Not good. Not good. Batted down passes to end that game.
I really hope that team doesn't make the playoffs because they're not a fun team to watch.
Well, guess what? Too bad that... Well, your Vikings. The Vikings are in first place.
They're not my Vikings.
Yeah, well, I like Kirky. So, Captain Kirk's leading that.
I don't really dislike them. It's just like... You know. Also, one of the most win-win trades in NFL history: Justin Jefferson versus
Stephon Diggs.
I just thought about that the other day. Well, I saw something like somebody say that on Bleacher Report, and I was like, "Oh crap! I forgot that's how that worked."
And for the AFC East, they were dominating wins. But let's think about this: the Patriots over the Lions. Okay, they're both 2-3 now. That wasn't exciting right there. The Bills should have expected to beat the Steelers. No, I mean, the line was by 2 touchdowns. It's the largest ever against the Steelers. I'm going to say that way. And the Jets over the Dolphins. Now, that did surprise me a little bit. I'll give some surprising there to Robert Saleh.
The Jets, right?
So, we both took the Jets. So, the only ones we differed last week on is I took the Bengals while you took the Ravens.
Should have gotten with Lamar. Big trust. You know, I've kind of come around Lamar. I used to be like a borderline Lamar hater, and now I'm one of his biggest backers. I freaking love watching Ravens game. If I did an NFL most watchables, I would put the Ravens number 1. Dead serious. I watch them more than the Chargers just because Herbert's still not at full health. You can tell. They hand it off too much.
Hey, how about another dumb decision this week? You guys were talking about football right now. Going forward on 4th down on your own 45 there, Staley. What are you doing?
I don't like him. You know that.
It's just dumb. I mean,
he's going to hold them back from being a Super Bowl team like they could be.
That Cade York missed that field goal, because if not...
No, he's going to be the reason they lose in like the divisional. I'm going to be pissed. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
He's going to be the reason.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And it'll be a Ravens Chiefs AFC championship, and I'll be pissed.
You picked something else. I picked something that you didn't.
You took the Bills to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, not that. I'm talking about last week for the thing, because I took the Bengals while you took the Ravens in the other game that we differed on, because I thought I was going to get ahead 5-1.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, because we don't have the
scripts.
Can't
check now.
I can't check.
Can't check.
There you go. The script's not, nothing's loading down here, because I'm in internet hell right now.
Well, it's good storming outside when you have satellite internet.
Satellite internet, yes, it's not good. So, anywho.
At least the power hasn't gone out. That'd be bad.
Knock on wood. All right. So, this past weekend, wild card weekend for MLB playoffs. Ryan, your reaction to that? Pick a game, talk about it. What was your favorite one?
If
you're going to take the one that I'm thinking about, I'm not going to be happy, but it's going to be okay.
Honestly, I got a weird pick. I'm going to go the Guardians.
I knew you'd do it! That's the one I was going to take.
Well, actually, I was going to say something else, and then I thought you were going to go with it, so I switched.
No, I was taking the Guardians.
I was going to take when I said weird pick, I was going to go Mariners Blue Jays. Because they had that huge comeback.
I thought, Ryan.
I thought you were going to go Blue Jays.
No, I thought you were going to take the Guardians.
Because you liked the Blue Jays, and then you were like, oh, it ruined my weekend.
I like the Mariners. I want the Mariners.
You wanted the Mariners?
I want
okay.
the Mariners to win.
Well, I was happy with the Mariners. I love Julio Rodriguez. I like that team. I like their gear. They have like some of the cleanest gear in the entire league.
Cleanest gear.
And, my boy Ken Griffey played there for the longest time, so that's why I really have an attachment. And my guy Randy Johnson. Do you know he's an NFL photographer now?
Yes, I was going to bring that up because I saw
ESPN
that on
posted that. Yeah, me too. I saw it on Twitter too. So that's weird. That like never happens where you and I see the same thing. That's odd. That's like I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the pod.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so I guess I'll go with the Mariners one since you're going to talk about the guard because you know me, I love a good old pitchers duel. So that Rays Guards was right up my freaking alley. 2 teams with good pitchers, and I love Tristan McKenzie. Started for that game. Saw him live when he struck out Shohei Ohtani 3 times.
But Henches was the MVP in my opinion.
I know. I agree. I'm saying that, and then
Oscar
I did not expect Oscar Gonzalez to be the walk-off guy. Yeah. I did not expect it to be him.
I mean,
and the Tom Hamilton call was perfect.
Yes, because I was listening to it on the radio.
He's the best.
I was listening on
best
the radio.
Best in the entire league.
So this is what happened. I listened to it on the radio. I was out mowing on Saturday.
Yep.
So, obviously, 92.7 here in North Central Ohio carries it. And so I got on there. I listened. Okay, all right. So I had to drive 10 minutes to my last yard of the day. Did that, whatever. Mowed it. Got out. Listened to it. Oh, my God. This thing's going. It's already in extras. We're in the 10th. We're in the 11th. We're in the 12th. It goes on. So I make it home. I was... Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan State was on that time, but that was not a game, so I kept it mostly on Cleveland and Tampa Bay, and it was just crazy. I can't believe he hit that home run.
I did not expect it to be him.
Guardian,
Corey
Kluber.
Yep.
Who took that team to the World Series.
The last postseason series win was with him, and it was not single-handedly. You take that back.
Okay, there were 2 starters.
Frankie Lindor was on that team.
Okay, but I'm talking about pitching-wise.
Pitching-wise?
There were only 2 starters healthy during that time.
Clevenger was out too, wasn't he?
I don't know who the other one was. But it was Kluber pitched 3 games in that World Series.
Mm-hmm.
He won 4-7.
That was, I think he won back-to-back Cy Youngs with them.
I'm pretty sure
I think he won 16 and 17.
He did. Yep.
He was good with them. Cleveland, that was a fun team. Napoli, Frankie Lindor, I remember that team. Somebody else that was Kipnis, he was on that team. I remember that team.
Kipnis was still on there? Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like your big favorites are everybody's favorite if you're a diehard Guards fan is Josh Naylor. Big nose himself. He's got a big nose. And Stephen Kwan. It's my grandma's favorite player on the
Yes.
team. She's a big Guardians.
Left fielder.
Yeah, Kwan's great. And then he had a
Owen
home run
Miller?
the other night. And then Gonzalez now is going to be a little more popular.
Yep.
It's funny. Frankie's watching his team from New York.
Yes, he is. Hey, they still won 101 games. I mean, come on.
That doesn't mean anything if you lose in
I know,
the
if
wild
you lose in the
card,
wild
dude.
card. I know.
And that doesn't even bother me. Usually I'd be all
So-
upset, but it's Padres, so it's even better for me. I love the Padres.
So.
It's great.
No, I thought it was crazy. It was good. I mean, the Mariners had a wild series.
Oh,
as
that was
well,
incredible.
'cause
The
they
comeback
came
was
back.
insane. I thought the game was
Yes.
over, and I was like, all right, looks like I'll be
I
watching Mariners
mean-
Blue Jays tomorrow. And then they came back. I was like,
No,
woo!
it's over. It's over.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. That Mariners team's got so much momentum.
what was going
That's
on.
why they're going to be the team to beat the Stros, because they've got the momentum to do it. No one else can beat the
got
Stros.
momentum.
Because it's like the Astros are going to be good till the end of time. So, you got to beat them now.
Yep.
They've got some weird, like, fountain of youth they drink from. Let's hope it's not trash cans. Did you really not put the fact that Matt Rule got fired, like, in the headlines?
It's in there.
Oh, okay, it's down there.
Okay.
I was so confused.
Come on.
I didn't read the script before.
All right. Well, it's time for Fortune Teller, where we predict your fortunes, read your palms, and tell you what's going on in the next couple weeks of sports world. All right. What's first? Will the Golden State Warriors get their team morale back together for the season?
I 100% believe so. I feel like we're in 6 months, we're going to be watching some ESPN special where Draymond Green and Jordan Poole are sitting there, and Poole's like, honestly, the best thing to ever happen to this team was when Draymond punched me, man. It really fired everybody up. And now, we're on this streak. We won the last 10 games, and, it's really, ever since we move on from that, it made us tougher as a group, and we think we're even better than we were. That's exactly how it's going to go. I'm telling you right now. That's just how it goes. So I can just see it already. That's my prediction. I thought that when it happened, I was like, oh, we're going to be in one for those. And then in 20 years, when they make those ESPN documentary, when they make the Last Dance equivalent for the Curry Warriors, because they're going to do something about Curry, because his career is like a storybook. You know what I mean? You got the New Kids on the Block phase, you got the everyone hates us phase, you've got the we're injured and no one knows what's going to happen phase, and you got the we're back baby phase, and now everybody loves us. Like, there's literally like 4 main points to the story, and we're going to go into part 5 here pretty soon, and then he's going to ride off into the sunset. So Curry's going to have his own. Curry's a lot more career-wise similar to MJ than LeBron is when it comes to like storytelling. So there you go.
Well, I hope they can get it back together, but I think the bigger problem is that the leaked video got out to TMZ, so it's out there, so people actually can
That was
see
awesome.
this.
I saw it.
Yes. So I think
The
that's
memes
the
are
thing.
great.
I'm not concerned about it, but I've heard a couple of ESPN
Oh yeah, Kerr's
insiders
pissed.
put it out there that they might be looking to trade him to get rid of it because
Lakers
of
be calling.
that. I know. I just don't think they're gonna get. I don't think they will get rid of him because he is part of their big 3. I mean, 4 championships there.
Well, everybody always makes a joke
What
that
are
if
you gonna
Draymond
say?
leaves the Warriors, he's a bum. And I've always said he's better than that. But there is a part of me that does think if he's not in Kerr's system, he is nowhere near as valuable.
Yeah, some people
Kerr
have certain
uses him
systems.
perfectly.
Right, he uses him. Yeah. So
Like,
That'd be my
Steph Curry
concern.
could play on any team. Klay Thompson could play on any team.
Right.
Poole, I think, kind of needs the system a little bit, but I think eventually he could play his own team. Mm-hmm. Wiggins has to be in that system to be that efficient. Mm-hmm. But if Wiggins leaves in a year, he'll be fine. He just needs a little more time to develop. If Wiggins leaves like the Mavericks next year, I would love that. I think Wiggins would fit in perfectly with Luka Doncic. I'm just tossing that out there. I love Andrew Wiggins.
yeah, I mean it's possible. So hopefully they get back together because I think the Warriors should be the favorite to win the West.
I think they are.
I'm gonna put it out there.
I think they
Put it
are.
out
I
there.
think we're getting that Cavs Warriors or Bucks Warriors finals.
So-
And I'm not just saying that because that's what I want.
Well, I think that's what you want, but you want it. But I think it could happen. It's strong
Likely.
possibility. So
Somewhere in between what I love and what I think's possible is where I make my predictions.
that's how we have to do it.
Can't go
Next,
full one way.
can the Jacksonville Jaguars turn it around against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday?
They got the horses to do it, not the pun intended. But I'm saying, like, the Colts do not look good. I don't like what they got going on. And I love my boy Johnny T, but he didn't even play last week. So there's a chance he doesn't even play. James Robinson's very good for the Jaguars. And then I think, Travis can be good. ETN, thank you. ETN, I can never get his name right. ETN can be good for them if they do a dual back thing.
Maybe
I mean,
I
the
like
Browns
the
are the
French.
kings of the dual backs with my boy Nick Chubb, love Chubb, and Kareem Hunt. But I really like Nick Chubb to move to a different team because if he went like anywhere else, I would buy his uniform. But now that I don't really like the Browns now because of all the stuff at the show and all that, I just can't. So if Nick Chubb goes to the Patriots, I will buy a jersey. And I'm not even a big Patriots guy. I just like Bill. So, and I love Mac. So I guess I kind of am I kind of a Patriots guy?
You said yes. You talked about this last week
I might be.
in the Big Finish. So yeah.
Don't tell anybody. That's my dirty secret. So yeah, I think the Jacksonville can turn it around, and I like Peterson there. I like what he's got going on.
I think they should because they already stomped the Colts once already. Okay.
Yeah, they're playing their
24 to nothing.
They're playing their first. Usually they save the second game till like the end of the season.
I know. So that's why they're basically done. They're halfway through their division already.
Yeah, that's
because they're going to play the Colts twice and the Texans once already. So they're basically done. They need to turn it around here because they're sliding now. 2-3. All right, after that second quarter. Since that second quarter against the Eagles, it's been Trashville for the Jaguars. They end up only scoring 6 points against the Texans.
It's because they're broken up by the fact we didn't take them to be the team of the podcast. It's my fault.
Hopefully they'll get it together and they turn it around against Matt Ryan this week. Next, will Tennessee beat Alabama in Knoxville on Saturday? Hope you're watching this game.
Oh, I do need to watch that. You're right. That's going to be my marquee matchup. I essentially watch college football like I'm like ESPN in like 1986. Where I'm like, here's our marquee matchup of the night. That's pretty much what I do. I pick the one game I want. Yeah, this will be exciting. No, they'll lose, but it'll still be cool. If any team was going to be Bama, it's Texas. I think, can I get on a little soapbox here? I think Texas is actually like really freaking good. And the fact that they lost to Bama is really screwy because, like, in reality, Texas might be, like, one of the top 5 best teams in college football. Like, I would take Texas over USC right now. I think Ewers there looks good. I like what they have going on. I think Texas looks great. And if they don't lose to Bama, I think Texas is, like, a favorite right now. So, you know what I mean?
Yes. I'm just happy because I send you PDFs so I can get it from the text for last week's script.
Yeah. So what'd you take?
Quinn. Okay, so last week, we'll talk about this later. The big.
Oh, did you take Chargers too? I think we all took the same. Unless you took Giants over Packers.
We took 2 separate. That's why.
Okay, we'll talk about the big
So,
finish.
anyway. See, here's the thing. I believe Bryce Young's going to be back this week. Now, he's going to be rusty.
But he's still Bryce Young.
He's still Bryce Young. So, I'm going to have to give the edge to Alabama.
The biggest thing with Bama is the defense for this year, though. They're trying to build up like Georgia. You get the big defense in.
Right, I hear what you're saying. I
think,
hope it's a good game. That's what I.
Yeah, I want it to be good. I would love to see Tennessee win. I would love to see it happen.
I'm going to be in East Lansing, and if there's a beatdown going on there, I am leaving early. But so this game.
I would love to see this be good, and I would love to see Tennessee win. But I'm going to tell you right now. I think honestly, if I had to say top 3 teams, here's Ryan Klinger's AP poll. You ready?
Okay, this is the top 7 matchup right here.
Number 1 team in the entire college football is Georgia. Number 2 is Ohio State, and that's from a guy who doesn't like to back them.
Yep.
Number 3 is Bama.
Yep.
Number 4 is probably Michigan. But I'm a little
What's
afraid they're going to lose to Penn State.
What's your number 5?
I would love to put Texas there, but you really can't, right? Because they lost.
Yeah, you can't put Texas.
So I'll put
there at
Tennessee
all.
5, and then I do. USC is not 5. There's no shot.
They're 6 right now.
They're 6.
Clemson is 5. So where are you
You
putting
want to put Clemson?
No, I'm just saying, where are you putting Clemson at?
7. I don't think they look good at all. I don't know why everybody's so high on them. Some people say they should be number 1. I'm like, Georgia would wipe. I mean, Georgia, Georgia would wipe with them. Just saying.
But here's the thing: if Tennessee wants to, this is it. This is the proof in the pudding. Well, Tennessee's undefeated, so they're okay. So if they do lose against Bama, they still got to play Georgia because they're on their side. So they could still get a chance to get to the SEC championship.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. So Alabama should dominate their side. There should be no issue there. So that's the thing. All right. Next, do you see any upsets coming in the division series in the MLB playoffs?
I think they're almost all going to be upsets, like dead serious. I honestly think every single series the upset team's going to win except for one. I don't know which one it's going to be because I like the Phillies over the Braves. The Phillies are such a freaking weird team. I don't think anyone knows how to play them because they do have really good relief pitching.
And the Braves won the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the Braves should if there was one I'd say that the top seed will win, it's that one. To me, the Padres and Dodgers. I honestly think the Padres are going to win that. And because if they beat the Mets, I actually think the Mets on paper are better than not on paper. On paper, the Dodgers are the best team in the league by a mile. But I'm saying, I think Padres will beat the Dodgers. I already said the Guardians and Mariners are going to beat their 2 matchups. So I said that in my early predictions. So realistically, the only thing isn't going to be an upset is maybe the Phillies Braves. But even then, the Phillies are just a weird little team. I don't even know. They're just weird. Like, they're built weird. They're a weird, oddly built team. Like, you got Schwarber and Like, the only traditional player you have there is Harper. Everybody else is like a very, I do this one thing exceptionally well type player. Zach Wheeler's like that. Tyler Schwarber's like that. Wilson Contreras is like that, where they're all, like, super good at one thing. And a lot of guys or teams are built around all-around players, like the Dodgers. So they're just a weird team to play. So that's why I think the Phillies will probably beat the Braves. But if there's anyone I would say, it would say the Braves are the one that can win. So there we go.
When are the Astros and Mariners starting their series?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so this is the thing, though. The Mariners should benefit the most because they got the most days rest.
Well, they got game 2, dude. They already played. They lost.
When?
Jordan Alvarez hit a walk-off last night.
Okay, it wasn't even on TV. Was it on TV? Because I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either, but I saw Jordan Alvarez hit a walk-off.
See, that's the thing.
No, it was on because my mom watched it. She called me and said, "Hey, the Astros had a walk-off. I'm pissed."
Okay.
And I said, "Well, who was it?" She said it was Jordan Alvarez. I said, "He's the only guy on that team that's allowed to get a base hit because I love Jordan Alvarez. He's the only guy in the Astros I like." Jordan Alvarez is one of the best players in the league.
I looked on ESPN.
I love Jordan
It wasn't
Alvarez.
even on the main page of ESPN last night.
That's because they don't cover baseball enough, dude. It's on FS1. The playoffs is on FS1.
I know, but it should just be on the app. The scores will be there.
I don't know,
The main
dude.
game.
I'm saying my
just
mom
telling
watched
you.
it. She called me.
Okay, so that must be on Fox Sports. It was on Fox Sports 1? Or was it on ESPN?
It was probably on something else because it can't be on FS1 if there was another game going on. I think there was
the Yankees were on, and then the Padres came up, so they must have been on ESPN before.
something. I don't know how it worked. All I
that's the
know,
thing.
she
They
watched
are
it.
not
Jordan
on
Alvarez
TV.
hit a walk-off is a big old deal.
Not the Padres. I knew what I was talking about.
You're good.
But anyway, so yes, and by the way, Bob Costas is calling the Yankees Guardians series. Very good commentating there. Upset-wise, I'm just going to pick one because I'm just going to say a for sure one. I'm not saying that they couldn't. My for sure one, because I won't bet against Dusty Baker because I'm too big of a Dusty Baker fan.
Guards.
I'm going to take the Padres over the Dodgers.
You agree with me?
I think the Padres over the Dodgers should take, because here's the thing. The Padres, this is the thing, though. The Padres have to win tonight, 3 and 4, because those are the 3 best pitchers. It's back-to-back-to-back, Darvish, Snell, Musgrove. Then you're going to have a bad starter or a bullpen game in Game 5.
I think it's Clevenger.
Yeah. Well, he just pitched Game 1, which was bad.
Oh, you're right. He did, yeah.
So whoever, but somebody can go on short days. So Darvish should probably go on short days rest and pitch Game 6. He'll be
Darvish
back
is a beast like that.
San Diego. So that's just how I am. That's how I think it could be, because it's also it's intra-division, which I know there's several other ones too. But I'm just saying that's how I feel about it.
Well, and the Dodgers wiped the floor with the Padres during the regular season. So I'm hoping they're a little fired up.
Hey, it's back.
Yeah, the internet's clicking again.
There you go.
Good. Yeah, and the thing is with the Padres, I never thought I'd say this about a team that's really built well offensively. The X factor of them is their pitching. Because if Musgrove's on, they win almost. It feels like every time Musgrove, because they have. The thing is, what's weird about the Padres batting, and I don't have numbers to back this up, but I bet I could find some. This is just something random that hit me, so I don't have anything prepared. But I'm saying.
You just like the numbers. That's why I figured you had.
Yeah. I don't right for right now. But I'm saying they feel like a team that consistently scores about 2 to 4 runs. They don't really have big nights where they score 8. They don't really have low nights where they only score 1 or 0 or 1. They have a lot of 2 to 4 run games. So as long as their pitching can stay below that, they win. They're pretty consistent batting wise because you got guys like Juan Soto consistently base hits, Manny Machado consistently solid, Jurickson Profar's consistently solid. Cronenworth's consistently solid.
Myers.
Yeah, they got a lot of solid guys. Nola, I don't even think's been that bad either. Like
no,
he's their 9.
They talked about him big last night.
Exactly. So I'm saying, overall, the Padres they're not a crazy offensive team. They're not like the Phillies, which just might have a night where they just hit 6. They get 6 runs, but then the Phillies the next night might have 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres are consistently going to have that same amount of runs. You just got to outpitch the other team. So that's it. That's key.
So we'll see what happens. Exciting already. It was a wild card weekend. So that's how that loads in, and it's on to Ryan's special section. Ryan, what do you got?
We're doing another kind of goofier, smaller one just this week, just because I felt like it. I felt like this would be quite fun. So you and I both big movies guys. We have pretty much the same. We have not the same. Also, quick thing. Have you watched your new show yet? Your task?
I have not watched the new show yet. This did not run out of time, and now I'm house sitting for now. So that's
maybe you can watch it while you're house sitting.
Well, I'm out for 10 days, so I guess we'll see.
You're on the 10-day leave.
I'm a 10-day leave from my own house.
Yeah,
to
10 day.
To a different house.
Gotcha. All right, so
now I will say I'm going to interject here. I did watch Rain Man.
Okay.
Have you seen Rain Man?
Tom Cruise? Nah,
I
saw
know.
him on TV.
That's 2 Tom Cruise movies I'm going to like now because between that and The Firm. I mean, Tom Cruise.
What about Few Good Men?
Haven't seen it. So there you go. He's actually getting some good
can't
points.
Handle it.
But anyway, and I also watched. Well, I already watched this one. I already watched it before, which is Trouble with the Curve.
You don't like Top Gun?
I've never seen that. Not a Top Gun fan.
Wow, that's disappointing. I love Top Gun.
So I did start on King Richard today. I'm about halfway through that, so I'm going to hopefully finish that this evening.
Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Yep. Yeah. You know what honestly might be my favorite Will Smith movie? This is such a weird one, but... Okay, so, like, you know Will Smith's one of my favorite actors, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is, like, one of my favorite shows of all time. Was my favorite for the longest time. It probably is still my favorite. Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
Seinfeld number 1.
It's like Seinfeld and that are essentially like the 1 and 2. I don't even know. Regardless of all that, it might be Hitch. I love Hitch. I think Hitch is an exceptional movie. You never watched Hitch?
Never even heard of it, so there you go.
He is like, Kevin James needs help getting a date. And he gets with Hitch, who hitches you up with a girl. And he basically teaches him how to get a date.
This is like Paul Blart rocking all over again because he couldn't get a date there. Kevin James.
Well, this is from 2006, so he's
same
pre-Paul
time
Blart.
frame.
He's pre-Paul Blart. Paul Blart's like 2008.
3 years. It's 3 years. Yes, I'll give it to you.
And it's much better than Paul Blart.
2005, actually, so it's even older. Okay, it's got 69% for rom-com.
It's good. It's very good. It's very good. I'm telling you, that's a good one.
Okay.
It's a good one. Okay.
Eva Mendes. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying it's a good one.
Wow, that's a good cast right there.
You know, I've actually watched my fair share of rom-coms, and it is up there for me.
Oh, good.
It's up there with the big ones, like When Harry Met Sally.
You like Sleepless in Seattle? You got that, don't you?
I do not like that one. That one's disappointing.
You don't like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan?
It's just so mopey to me.
Oh, mopey.
Like, okay, so When Harry Met Sally was written by the same girl that wrote, her name's Nora, I forget her last name. She wrote Sleepless in Seattle, she wrote You Got Mail, I think she wrote Clueless, and then she writes When Harry Met Sally. Yeah, Alicia Silverstone. When Harry Met Sally. And Meg Ryan's in, of course, Sleepless in Seattle and You Got Mail. Never seen You Got Mail. Sounds kind of mopey. Sleepless in Seattle. One time I was building Legos and I was working.
You said you like Harry Met Sally, right?
Yeah, I really like that movie.
Okay, because it's got 91%.
You never seen it?
Never seen it.
It's my mother's favorite movie.
Oh, Billy Crystal's in that?
Yeah, it's my mother's favorite movie. You don't like Billy Crystal?
He's an interesting one.
Is he Jewish?
I don't know about that. I don't know Billy Crystal personally. I have to look it up.
I thought he was Jewish. I don't know
first,
why.
it's Nora Ephron, number 1.
Directed by Rob Reiner, the same guy who directs The Princess
by Rob
Bride.
Reiner, but written by Nora Ephron.
That's her name. That's like what she wrote Sleepless in Seattle too.
So, yes, Rob Reiner.
You like Rob Reiner?
Yes.
Yes, good pick.
Big Rob Reiner.
He buys, Seinfeld because he's part of Castle Rock. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I figured you knew that.
You didn't know Billy Crystal was Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, I knew Billy Crystal was Mike
I know you
Wazowski.
do, but I figured other people didn't. I don't see anything about him being Jewish.
I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's because he's kind of got the Jerry Seinfeld thing about him where they get excited and their voices get higher.
But that doesn't mean you're Jewish. Just
I know it doesn't. I'm just saying, when I think of Jewish people, the most famous ones to me are Stan Lee and Jerry Seinfeld. And then Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster quick after.
Okay.
Those are my most famous Jewish people.
All right.
What?
Okay, just don't... Yeah, not every Jew is Jerry Seinfeld. Let's just say it that way. Come on.
That's true. Jerry Seinfeld
He's
is a
big-
1 in a million Jewish person.
How many... I think there's 16 million Jews in the world. Still haven't recovered.
So there's
the amount-
16 other Jerry Seinfelds.
Well, they still have not recovered to the amount of the rate of the Jewish population, the proportion of the Jewish population, I should say, of the world has not recovered enough since to the levels of what it was pre-Holocaust. So,
No, that's
there you go.
sad.
Yes, it is very sad. Anyway,
On the lighter note, let's move on.
We're done talking about Billy Crystal.
Okay.
What are you going with this, baby?
So this I thought was fun. The other day I made a joke to a friend of mine about that I was going to give him a list of homework assignments of movies he needed to watch to hang out with me. Totally messing around.
Who's this? Who are you giving this to?
This kid I know, his name's Daniel. Danielson is what I call him. His name's Danny, but I call him Danielson. So, yeah, he's younger than me. So, he's a friend of Blake's. Blake's introduced me.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
With the glasses?
Yep, with the glasses. Yep, Danielson. So, Danielson, I made a joke that I was going to give him a list homework. So, here's what I think is fun. If you, and then we can put in categories. You ready? So, movie-wise, you start a class. You're Quinn Maseko. Okay? Listen, no, I think this is fun because I want to do a little more fun one because I got good feedback from people about what we did last week. Thought it was pretty fun, so I thought we'll do another fun one.
Well, that's good to hear.
All right, so and then we'll do more of a research-based one soon. But I thought this would be fun to do a little more fun one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not arguing.
So we'll set it up like this. It's a Quinn Maseko show. You're going to have people watch 6 movies that you believe are some of the most important films to you personally.
And my life.
And to you personally. Mm-hmm. So we'll do one comedy. Okay. One full-on drama. Okay. One comedy, one drama, one action-type movie, right? Okay. One sports movie, because we're both big sports guys.
I got that one down.
Okay. So sports, comedy, action, drama.
Okay.
Probably what, like a...
How about a thriller?
Like a biopic type one?
A biopic would be good.
I think action goes with thriller.
Okay, that's
like
okay. Okay.
You can put Silence of the Lambs as your action or your drama. I'll let you put it as either. I know it's like one of your favorites.
What's the 6th one?
Do
I get
Wild Card.
Okay.
Wild Card.
Okay.
So it's not just your 6 favorite movies. It's 5 of a category and then one wild card. Movies that you believe, it might not be your 6 favorite movies, but you believe they are quintessential to your own. If we're in the Quinn pop culture. Okay. Quinn's pop culture, because there's movies in here I'm going to name that aren't like necessarily my favorite movies, but they're movies that I feel like have had an impact on me. So one action, one comedy, one romance, one drama. You need something to write on. We cannot use this. Oh no. The mic.
Sorry, Mr. Microphone.
All right, we can't use this paper. This paper actually has a lot of important things written on it. So,
that's not right.
Yeah, that's
not the one that I wrote on last week.
Yeah, that's the one you wrote on last week, and I was like, oh, you can't write on that. We can write on this one. We can write on the back of this.
Okay, we got the back of
this.
Yeah. Hey, what did I write on that other one back there? I think I wrote 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000, 200, and 600.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep, we got that movie. Because this is actually important stuff that I need, so I was like, oh, crap, we can't write on that. So, yeah.
Can't write it. It's Ryan's will.
There it is.
All right.
It's not finished.
So I got a sports.
I can't die anytime soon. No one kill me. Please. Please, no one kill me. It'd be bad if someone killed me. I'd be pretty upset. I'm just going to say.
Okay.
I'd be very disappointed.
If you're dead, you can't be upset if somebody killed you.
I can be. Heart and soul.
You can be like Ghost. You can talk about Ghost.
Not going to do Ghost. All right. So we got one comedy, one action, one drama.
Action/thriller.
Yeah. One drama.
Problem is with thrillers, it can be an action thriller. It could be.
Do you want to cut that and replace it with like a biopic?
Can I add a horror/thriller that category to myself? Because I know you won't choose it, but that's fine.
I'll put one in.
Okay.
We can make it 7.
All right.
We'll do 7. Lucky 7.
So here it is.
So it's Quinn's Lucky 7.
First one.
Wait, name all the categories real quick. So I know
all right. Sports, drama, comedy, biopic, action thriller, horror thriller, wild card.
7. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So sports. Easy one here. Actually, I could give a tie. But
You can't give a tie.
I know, but I got to side with this one. I'll talk about my runner-up for briefly. 15 seconds of that. Sports, bench warmers. Easily bench warmers. That's a good one. My runner-up there would be Division III football's finest. I know you've never seen it.
I know. You told me I was watching
funny.
Okay.
That is really good.
So for me, I think Bull Durham might be my favorite sports movie.
I bet it's going to be Major League, isn't it?
Major League's up there for me, but to me, the one that's most if you're saying the Ryan Klinger movies, it has to be Moneyball. That movie encapsulates like everything with the statistics I like and stuff like that, and it's excellent. And written by Aaron Sorkin, so it's also feeding into my zeitgeist.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, drama.
We should switch over drama because that's a very big, large category. That's heavy. You know. Let's skip ahead.
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead real quick.
Wild card's obviously last.
Okay.
You gonna do horror?
I think I'm going to do horror thriller.
Okay.
And I'm going to plug in there. I think I'm plugging in Scream. I'm going to put Scream in. Because
it's one of the few horror movies I feel like I'd actually like.
Scream is very good. Very good acting. Scream 2, very good. Very good. You just can't beat it with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. If we're counting Terminator, I'll put it as that. We can put Terminator in there. That movie's pretty important, man. I really like that movie.
As a thriller? As your horror thriller?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much as close as I get. So, I love Terminator. I think it's got a lot to it. It's got a lot to it that I think is interesting about like the sci-fi and all the Skynet stuff. So it really works for me. Terminator really works for me.
Right. Okay, so we got.
What are you looking at?
I was doing some maybe a little bit of research / cheating.
You're cheating? How are you cheating when it's just you naming movies?
Oh, where'd that go? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have some. What's next?
All right. Comedy.
Yeah, so this is an important one. Because to me, I think with the comedies, you're going to pick one that you quote a lot, that you think about a lot. You know what I mean? Something you quote. Something you really think about.
Okay. I don't know if I have one that I quote. See, I'm getting my little list out.
Well, you quote Seinfeld a lot, and so that's the thing.
That's the thing.
And you don't want to, you can't put Seinfeld because it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be... Okay, that's good. That's a good one, Quinn. Okay.
What are you going with, Q?
I'm thinking. Oh, okay. I'm changing. I'm going to actions thriller.
Okay.
And I'm probably overriding some other ones that I shouldn't be doing here.
Okay.
I'm putting Widows in for action thriller. Very good movie.
I remember you said that you really liked
Viola
that.
Davis is the star there. Liam Neeson is more of a supporting role, I would say.
Okay, so what makes you pick that one?
I picked that one because it's a heist thriller. There's a lot of action there. What happens is that Liam Neeson and Viola Davis are together.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They have a son. The son is actually pulled over and by the police, end up having a police shooting because they think he has a gun when he actually has a cell phone in his hand. So that spirals their marriage. And then Liam Neeson is already part of this heist gang with these 3 other guys. And in the beginning, looks like they all die. And she's going to have no money left. Mm-hmm. So she needs to go get money because it ends up he was getting blackmailed by one of the candidates for alderman in Chicago. So that goes on. So she actually gangs together with the 3 other women who are now widows. Well, it actually ends up that one of them is... with Liam Neeson now. So she's not want to be a part of it, and she knows it. Viola knows it. So they pick up somebody that's one of the other women's babysitters. So that goes on. They go in. They have to steal $5 million from the current alderman.
Yeah.
And his family's political estate, their big estate there. Steal that, give $2 million to pay off this guy, and then take the 3. And Daniel Kaluuya's in this.
He's great. Yes, he's great.
Take their 3 and go. They can run and go.
Interesting.
Very good. Yeah, it's on the list at some point when we get to this list.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you go ahead. Action.
Well, once you get all the fall sports, you can start doing.
What do you got?
So I was thinking about movies because right now I'm not just trying to list my favorite movies. I'm trying to list ones that I feel like left a big impact on me. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I had to put in my favorite director. So I had to, and I was trying to pick which Tarantino I'm going with, and I'm gonna go with Django Unchained.
Okay. Django Unchained.
That movie, I think, really has a lot for me because I really enjoy westerns. I really love the style of westerns.
Like my
so I had to put in a western, and my favorite western is probably Django Unchained, which is weird because it's kind of an anti-western. Like, it's got a lot of things that go against the usual tropes on purpose. So it's kind of funny that it's like one of my favorites. But I feel like it's a movie that I think about a lot, and I think the style of it really sticks people's minds. The soundtrack's amazing. So I think there's a lot to it, and it has a lot of an interesting commentary. So, yeah, I feel like it's a good pick for me. And Tarantino might be making it back on this list because there's another movie of his that's also very relevant to me.
So I'm going to go for my biopic now.
Okay.
All right, and it's obviously easy one for me. Schindler's List. That's going to be my biopic. Very tough. This is Liam Neeson's big break into film here. It's very emotional. It is very... not dominating, but it's very hard on, your soul. You're watching this death and destruction go on by the Nazis. So it's just, and it's 3.5 hours. I saw it in the theater when they re-released for its 25th anniversary by myself. It was actually great to have that atmosphere to see what was going on. So But it's just very hard. It's very emotionally straught, and just how I can say it that way. What do you got for biopic?
This is tough. Because when I think about biopics, realistically, the two that I really stuck with me, one is 42. Actually, there's three that really stuck with me. One's 42. But I don't think I'm going to go with it. Two is The Social Network, which I don't know if you'd really count, but it kind of does.
Yes, it is.
But I feel like 42 has like this baseball thing to it where I'm like, I would have put that as a sports movie more than a biopic, but it's a little bit of both. And then Social Network, I think, is an exceptional film. It doesn't really impact me heavily. And there's one movie that I find myself quoting and making jokes about and consistently, even though it is not a movie which my ideals line up with, but I think that's kind of the whole point of the Martin Scorsese classic. My biopic's The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street, okay.
Because I think it's an exceptional film because a lot of stuff that goes on in it, you're like, this isn't right, but it's a fever dream of a movie in an interesting way. And it's one of those movies that every single one of my friends that has seen it, we talk about it and we bring it up and, we make jokes about different situations and stuff. And I don't know, like about the one, there's a guy on YouTube, his name's Stevie Emerson. He made a really funny sketch and it's like The Wolf of Wall Street, but it's for trying to pick up dates. So it's the scene when he tries to sell people the penny stocks, but it's as a guy trying to ask out a girl, and it's quite funny. So, it's actually impacted me in a way where it's kind of become almost like a comedy film to me through the mocking of it all. Not mocking, but the spoofs of it are almost just as important to me as the movie itself. The reason I started watching it is because of the spoofs.
Because of the spoofs. Spoofs!
Yeah, so I thought that was that's my biopic.
So, okay, I'm going to go with comedy.
Okay.
And it's going to be The Heat.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Very good. Buddy cop film. Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
Set in Boston.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that. I will say, I'm going to comment back on the biopic. One, I think you've seen this, haven't you? Or maybe you haven't watched it yet. Just Mercy. Haven't you seen that?
I own it.
You haven't watched it. That.
Bought it for my mom for Christmas.
Yes, another good one. Okay. Very good one. So go ahead. Talk about your comedy.
I love Beverly Hills Cop. Might be my favorite movie of all time. But Lego Movie also might be my favorite movie of all time. But there's one that I think might be more important. If I'm just having someone random watch this list, I think this movie might be more important just because this is probably my favorite high school comedy that I like Ferris Bueller probably even more than this film, but I think this film has a lot of interesting plays on like
it's E.T.
high school and what? It's not E.T.
It's not E.T.
It's the Heath Ledger film 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh.
I think it's an exceptional high school comedy, and I think it's up there with 21 Jump Street for me as like making really fun play of the high school setting. Well, I love Ferris Bueller. The whole point of it is that they're not at high school. And I think, I really like 10 Things I Hate About You as a high school comedy, and as a guy who's been to high school, I enjoy, that element of it. So I think it's really fun. So there we go. That's my comedy pick, even though it's probably like my 5th favorite comedy film. I just think it fits the list better.
Yes.
Why give me a look?
Because I didn't write it down.
It's not a big deal. 10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You, yes.
Heath Ledger.
Sorry.
Well, Julia Stiles is in it too, but I'm saying Heath. And a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. 500 Days of Summer. Good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm down to drama. We got drama, wild card. I'm adding this.
And action, right? We do action? Yes, because I did Django.
I'm adding animation, animated film. You got an animated film?
Yeah, it's a Lego Movie. Easy.
Lego
Done.
movie for you?
Done. My favorite animated movie by a mile. The most important one to me by a mile.
This is a tough one because
that wasn't even a shot. Like, do I have to even explain myself for a Lego movie?
I've changed my mind. I know what I'm doing. It's Paddington. Paddington is the best.
Yeah, I've heard you say that.
I mean, come on.
The thing is, Lego Movie for me.
I was gonna choose Cars, and I thought, no, that's too classic. That's just too cheap. Paddington, yes. Come on. Okay.
The Lego Movie I make a lot of references to in my regular life, so I have to.
Yes, you do.
It's got a good anti-communist agenda in it. I'm kind of kidding, kind of serious.
I'm trying to think about drama here. This is a tough one. I know.
You didn't even laugh at my communist joke.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we're both anti-communist.
You're not Carson Wentz.
I think we're both anti-communist.
You can't be pro-commie. You're not Carson Wentz.
So, I'm not. Definitely not.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking
Your
at
drama?
this.
Yeah, the drama's the most important pick, dude.
It's hard.
It's the most important pick.
Oh.
There's 2 movies for me. You want me to go?
Go ahead. You talk.
All right. What might be the best drama I've ever seen is The Shawshank Redemption. Excellent film. Anyone ever can watch it, get something out of it. It is, and by all means, in my opinion, a perfect film. There is only, I think, one other movie that I would put up there. And that other movie, me and my friends have quoted countless times. And the only time I ever broke up with somebody, this was the first movie I watched after. So I have a very distinct, important relationship to the film Pulp Fiction. That's me, my drama pick. I would love to make it Shawshank, but I feel like it's got to be Pulp Fiction. That movie's just got a lot going on in it, and I think it's exceptional. And it's not for everybody, but I think if you're watching this list, you got to get everything. So my wild card's going to be tough, though, because I really would like to put Shawshank in there because it's an exceptional film, but I don't think it's as important to my zeitgeist as watching Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
What's your drama cue? Just put Silence of the Lambs and move on.
I am torn. That's not a drama.
I would give it to you.
I think I'm torn between 2. I'm actually one that's not on my list. But I think I'm going to go with the latter and the former. The former would be, it's called Philadelphia.
Okay.
Actually, this might be one. Hold it.
Dude.
Oh, a discount. Okay. So I'm stuck between 3. I think I'm still going to go with the latter. Mm-hmm. So the first one would be Philadelphia, and it stars Tom Hanks.
Padres took the lead.
It stars Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. Tom Hanks, it ends up, it's set during the 80s. This is it's a little bit, it's a biopic a little bit too. But it's set in the 80s. He is portraying a gay man who gets AIDS and ends up getting fired and having a wrongful termination suit. Mm-hmm. Okay, Denzel Washington is playing a homophobic lawyer that actually takes it up, and he wins before Tom Hanks dies eventually of AIDS. So that's second runner-up.
That sounds really cheerful.
First runner-up. It's a drama. It's
not
supposed to be cheerful.
I thought you were going to make it Turner and Hooch when you started talking. You said drama of Tom Hanks. I was
and then
shocked.
First runner-up is going to be The Accused, which I talked about earlier this season.
Yep.
Jodie Foster. It's a legal drama. Her being gang raped in a bar going on there.
Gosh.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, these are tough.
That's a very tough one. And so then...
I guess Pulp Fiction also has a gang rape scene, but it's played more like... I don't even know how to say it. It's very like... I don't know, out of place. It doesn't seem... It's not as like... I don't want to say crazy intense. It's got this weird vibe. Every Tarantino movie has like a vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then my last one is going to be, and it's going to be my choice, which will be 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh, you do love
very
that movie.
Very good.
You love that movie.
I like that movie. Frances McDormand won Academy Award for Best Actress for that. Very good drama. The tie-in, the town. It's a fictional rural town, kind of... and it ties in a little bit of ineptitude of, a mom that thinks the police is not doing enough to solve this case about her daughter who was raped and then burned. Go on from there. Mm-hmm. Little small town politics there, so it's interesting. But yes, very good movie. Chance to watch it. You can rent it on Prime Video.
All right, we're down to the wild card queue. What is it?
Mine's simple because I didn't put it in as my thriller. It's going to be Silence of the Lambs.
Figured as such.
That is Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
I thought about throwing in Shawshank at the end because I love Shawshank. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorite movies. Love Beverly Hills Cop. But you know what movie I actually talk to people about a lot, and I end up quoting, and I think about, because realistically this to me is the, I'm going to make references to this movie, so you got to know what I'm talking about. Yep. That's what this list has essentially been. And that's the first Spider-Man of Tobey Maguire. Made a lot of references to that in my life, and so if you hang out with me, you gotta know that. So let's read off final lists.
Final list: sports. Ryan, Moneyball. Quinn, Benchwarmers. Drama: Ryan, Pulp Fiction. Quinn, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Comedy: Ryan, 10 Things I Hate About You. Quinn, The Heat. Biopic, Ryan, Wolf of Wall Street. Quinn, Schindler's List. Action thriller, Ryan, Django Unchained. Quinn, Widows. Horror thriller, Ryan, Terminator. Quinn, Scream. Animation, Ryan, Lego Movie. Quinn, Paddington. Wildcard, Ryan, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Quinn, Silence of the Lambs.
You have a much wider range than me. Mine's like almost consistently post 2000.
They're all in the 21st century, except for Terminator.
Pulp Fiction too.
Yes, Pulp Fiction's 94.
But almost all of mine are newer films.
I'm gonna see.
Like Widows is newer. Three Billboards is newer, but like Silence of the Lambs 90.
3. I just have 3. You have 2, so it's fine.
Okay, that's interesting though. Yeah, to me, I was trying not to just make it like our favorites. It's just like movies that you believe are important to see.
Right, and they're good too.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to recommend something crap.
Well, no, that's all we want.
There it is.
So, all right, time for Quinn's questions. We had to scrap the first one because somehow YouTube took down last Friday's episode of Jeopardy, which I have it. So hopefully it's back up next week. We can do that.
Great.
Because I'm going to have it because I'll have a choice for you.
Sounds good.
All right, so today we're going to do this. Talking football. This is an easy category. Ryan should get this, and if he doesn't, is he a football fan? We'll see about that.
Oh boy. Put my fandom on the line.
200. Your choice, do or don't name this play in which the quarterback runs the ball and can choose to pitch it to another back.
An RPO. Run pass option.
An option play. Ryan?
Ryan already answered. I don't know why he's calling on me.
I can tell you guys are big football fans. Yeah. Tom Landry perfected the shotgun formation with this team.
Oh, okay. You're putting my fandom on the line for this. Let's go Cowboys. It's my best guess. What is the Cowboys?
Dallas Cowboys.
Woo! Got it, yes.
Ryan, take it on to 600. Okay, by signaling for one of these, a returner can reel in a kick without fear of getting tackled.
What is fair catch? I'm so shocked you got that Cowboys one. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy.
Fair catch. 2 clues left, Ryan. 800. These penalties are simultaneous violations by the offense and defense that
What is a flag?
cancel each other out. And they are called offsetting penalties.
Offsetting.
Oh, I thought
Simultaneous
that.
at the same time. Yes. So you were at 1,200. Now you're down to 4.
Okay.
So you can recover here.
Just for the fun of it. Jimmy?
As Minneapolis' U.S. Bank Stadium prepares to host Super Bowl 52, I'm looking at the Ring of Honor with names from this defensive line that took the Vikings to 4 Super Bowls.
Crap. Why did this have to be the top answer? I'm going to lose money tonight. What is Eric the Red, famous Viking?
If you guys ring in and get this one, I will die. Who are the purple people eaters?
Purple people eaters.
I never knew that's what that
You
phrase
never
came
knew
from.
that? I thought you knew that. Ryan, negative 600, but I don't think we can ever go negative on these bets here. So, I
Wait.
mean, come on. So, right now, you were at 28, so technically you're back down to $22.
There it is.
So, that's sadly how it's going to be. Well, that's it for Quinn's questions. Hopefully, you have some more entertaining ones next week if everything can work out technologically. It's time for happy time, people. Happy 48th birthday on Monday, Dale Earnhardt Jr., my all-time favorite NASCAR driver. He is a 2-time Daytona 500 winner. But what should be more astounded is being voted 15 times the most popular NASCAR driver from 2003 to 2017. And if you know NASCAR, it's all about families. It's about legacies. It's about the Petty family, the Gibbs family, the Earnhardt family. It's a whole family generational sport. Anything to say about old Junior there?
No, that was pretty good. I mean, I like Dale Earnhardt Jr. too.
Yes.
Probably my favorite too.
Yes, I liked it when
Apparently, it's not that much of a hot take though to say he's my favorite.
Right, and he's and in my opinion also that I liked him better when he was number 8 running with Budweiser than he was with 88 running with the National Guard or Mountain Dew. He switched between Mountain Dew and National Guard.
National Guard, I feel is a lot cooler to be represented by than Mountain Dew though.
Right, I
But
mean,
represent.
But I personally liked him being number 8. You know what I mean? Because he was
You like
always
that
8
good old
when
American Budweiser.
He was always 8 when his dad was still alive and racing. So that's
True,
the thing.
yeah.
All right. Happy anniversary, Deion Sanders. 30 years ago yesterday, Deion played against the Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino, losing 21-17 in Miami. Then Primetime flew on a private jet provided by Nike to Pittsburgh to play in the NCLS. Dressed, but did not enter the game. No player has ever played in the same day in an NFL game and an MLB game. But that year was Deion's best MLB season. In 1992, his statistics, batting-wise, he hit .304 for his average, stole 26 bases, had 14 triples, and only 97 games. You have to think about that. In the World Series, he led the Braves there when he hit .533 with a broken bone in his foot.
I feel like Kyler Murray would gain a lot of goodwill if he did this. But this is why I honestly do put Deion. I think there's a real argument that Deion Sanders is like one of, if not the best defensive player of all time. Like I think I've started to come around on that.
He's one of the most exciting athletes because of playing two sports.
Yeah, I mean he did it. I love Bo Jackson, but he outdid him.
Yeah,
a corner.
He's exciting
for that long too. Like the thing is with Bo is he couldn't do it very long, get the injuries, and that sucks. But it's like Deion was killer. So yeah, Deion. Yeah, I'm a big Deion Sanders guy.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on.
Happy trails to Matt Rule. He was fired, and Ryan is in jubilation by the Carolina Panthers on Monday. He had an 11-27 career NFL coaching record.
Goodness.
And this is crazy that the Panthers even originally signed him to a 7-year deal.
Stupid.
So now Matt Rule's looking for a job, and
Baker
we'll see
Mayfield's
if he ends
looking
up
for
back
doctors.
in the college ranks.
Yeah, he should go back to college. He can be Wisconsin's new coach. There it is. Boom, bam, bop. Figured it out. So here's my thing with all this. We shouldn't rush into hiring anybody. We should interview people at the end of the season. We're not going to be any good because Baker's out. Do not trade DJ Moore. Do not trade Robbie Anderson. You can ship off McCaffrey if you want, but that will make me kind of sad. I own his t-shirt. But I understand if you trade anyone on the defense, I will kill someone. And by someone, I mean my hopes and dreams. So please do not trade anyone off the defense. That would upset me very deeply. And you don't want to see my hopes and dreams die. So thank you. Realistically, what the Panthers need to do here is just wipe the whole coaching staff. I think we still have McAdoo, the OC, and he's not any good either. So hopefully
he beat the Patriots with that walkie-talkie. Come on.
Yeah. True. No, I'm not a big guy on him. I'd like to get Flores in the building. I'm worried he's going to stick with Pitt. That's fine. Just get somebody new in here. Let's get some winning football. We're going to have a good draft pick. We're going to get somebody good. I really don't want to have C.J. Stroud on my team, though. I'm not a big Ohio State guy. But I don't really know what else we're going to do. So realistically, my hope is with the Panthers that next year we're actually competitive. And I know it sounds really sad, but it's because I'm legitimately very concerned because we're finally making moves. I just want us to move in the right direction. So that's what I have to say.
Also, I do want to chime this in. I want to find the official tweet, but I can't find it wherever it went. Where'd it go? Something happened here. It might be in this one. Right here. Okay. Just to officially get the tweet and just make sure it's there. Another happy trails, but it's actually an added on one that just happened later today. And the Browns have fired their defensive coordinator, Joe Woods, and now have hired, as their interim, Callie Brownson, who will be the first woman to become an NFL coordinator, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. So she has broke the glass ceiling on that in the NFL. Congratulations to her for doing that. Maybe the Browns will get it together. I mean,
they have good defense.
They're 29th in the league.
No, I'm saying players-wise. Players-wise, they should. I mean,
yes, they
on
should.
paper, they should be good.
Yes.
She
Seems like Myles Garrett's been a little non-existent.
That's very true. Denzel Ward, too.
Yes. So, all right, it's time for the big finish, okay? And I did want to go back and look at this, and I didn't even do that. So if we look at last week real quick. All right, so when we picked last week, we both took the Giants. We both took the Chargers. I took the Patriots. You took the Lions. We both took the Jets. That's it. That's what it was. Because Patriots-Lions, we differed. So, and we differed on the Bengals.
Ravens, so it evens
which
out.
makes us 4-2 for both, and we're both up to 500 again. So, that's nice to be back to 500. And here we go. Here in week 6 for the big finish picks for this week. Browns-Patriots.
Gonna have to go Patriots here. Think you can outplay them.
I think the Patriots are going to be back there too. I think Mac Jones might be back this week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Packers-Jets.
Oh, man, this is a dirty trick. You put this on here just to watch me pick the Jets. I know what you're up to, Q. I know. They're going to have a bounce-back game. I'll take the Packers.
I'm going to take the Jets here because you're
Do it. Yeah, you did this to trick
Robert
me.
Saleh.
You were just going to go opposite of me.
All right, Dolphins-Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings. I don't think the Dolphins are going to win unless they have Tua.
Tua's still out. Vikings, I'm taking them. Giants-Ravens.
You know I'm a big backer of the big trust. Ravens.
Oh,
Don't do this. I mean, it's your funeral.
New York. I'm going to take the Giants. I'm putting Dayball in there.
Good
Seahawks, Cardinals.
Gosh, I do not like the Cardinals' offense.
Seahawks here as well. Gino can outplay them. Chiefs, Bills.
Chiefs, you knew what I was going to say.
Bills
Yeah,
here.
Chiefs.
Come on, Josh Allen.
You notice how Josh
Eagles,
Allen, when he throws,
Cowboys.
he like floats the ball. It's really interesting. He
That's
doesn't bullet
interesting.
pass. It's very impressive. It's like the opposite of Baker Mayfield.
Eagles, Cowboys.
You know I'm going to want to
Sunday
take the
Night
Eagles,
Football.
but I think this is when the Eagles receive their first loss. Are not used to playing super competitive teams. I'm sorry. It will be the Cowboys. The Cooper Rush stays alive.
Cooper Rush is staying alive this week because Dak is
Ha,
not
ha, ha,
dressing.
staying
But
alive.
I'm taking the Eagles. Monday Night Football, Chargers, Broncos.
Chargers.
That's it. I mean, come on. We differed
A lot.
once,
Twice.
three
Three
times
times.
a lady.
Packers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this week. So somebody's getting destroyed. That's how it's going to be.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Or we
so-
just split them. Because
All
I
right.
took Patriots, I took Packers, I took Vikings, and those were all. The only one you differed was Jets. I took Ravens, you took
No, I
Giants.
took the Patriots.
Yeah, so I
You
took
took
we both
the
took
Patriots?
Patriots. So we only differed
Okay.
on 4.
So we differed on we differed on
'Cause-
B, D, F, and G. Okay. So there it is. All right. Any thank yous? Thank yous here.
There's always a thank you. I got to go back here because we almost always line this up so you get to see your favorite song from Greece.
Yes, but we had some technical difficulties today.
Yeah, we did. So I can take it back so you can still get to you're the one that I want. All right. Let's hope the audio wasn't messed up when you dropped the mic.
Well, hopefully it's
As long as it recorded all of it, I'm just happy.
Yep.
Remember that time we had to re-record? That sucked. Okay.
yes.
All right. My thank you. Oh man, this is tough. I actually don't have one that really stands out. I mean, I just think about the last week I had. Sport-wise, the MLB predictions are pretty fun. Pretty much to plan. Movie-wise, I already talked about how I'm excited for the Mario movie, so that's not really
Yes,
adding
you
anything.
did.
And in thorough form. I mean, I really talked about that. That was like 15 minutes of Mario movie talk. So, I guess I do have something, and that's
I figured you
I
did.
think everybody expects me to be upset about the fact that the Blade movie got delayed almost a year, but I'm honestly happy with that because I just want that movie to be freaking good, and then it makes it easier because now I know my most anticipated movie next year is by 1.5 miles the Mario movie. So boom, it made it easier for me. So joke's on you, it actually worked in my favor. Haha. So is my thank you to a delay? I can't have that. Actually, you know what? My thank you is the delay, because now if those movies were delayed, Dune for next year, Dune Part 2, got moved up. So my thank you is the delays, because I'm going to get a better Blade movie. Dune Part 2 is moved up its release date. You never see a movie move up. You always see it move back, so that's exciting. And, yeah, there you go. So that was my thank yous to the delay, which is weird.
Okay. Before thank you, you need to make an error correction here. The Braves Phillies did play tonight. Okay, so it's time 1-1.
I thought it was going to be delayed permanently. Sorry.
I guess, and the internet was kind of wrong too. So
Well, there it
there you
is.
go on that. But anyway, my thank you is actually going to be somebody local. He might actually listen to this. I don't know if he does. To Coach Ryan Treese, second straight KMAC championship for Cardington Lincoln High School Volleyball. Congratulations to him. Also on his 100 career wins that he reached that milestone this season. And also to that team, very good players on that team. Hopefully they have a big tournament run. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm sure you are looking forward to that.
I hope so.
So congratulations to them. Keeping it a local thank you here. So that's all I got. And that's it for this week.
Guess I should also give a shout out to The Godfather, because I love the Godfather movies, and I didn't put any of them on my...
Yep, no Godfather.
Maybe, if we eventually do the movie list again...
There's a Matthew Broderick film with Marlon Brando about him, him being a lookalike, in quotes, Godfather. When he was it's called Freshman. I recorded it. It's supposed to be good. I'm going to watch it, hopefully, since I'm house sitting this week. It's on my list. I know.
I do love Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller...
You need to watch Election. I told you. It's on our list, but...
I love Ferris Bueller, dude. That's like movies that like really hit me, like movies that hit exactly what I like. Mm-hmm. That's like
right
one
there.
of those.
That's it. That's it. But all right, we love you. We'll see you on the next podcast. Bye-bye. This is Quinn Maseko speaking for the Big Salad Podcast, a Ryan Klinger production. Please note that portions of this podcast were edited before the final cut was produced, and this episode was recorded on October 12th. The sections of Fortune Teller, Happy Time, and The Big Finish are copied from the ESPN show Pardon the Interruption, and there was no intention to infringe on that copyright of these segments and their related music. Stay tuned for our next podcast next Wednesday here on the Sort of Sports Podcast YouTube channel.